Trev's trade page. I'm the Trev. That's too sweet. Anyway, I think it's fairly safe to say, when it comes to at least the rest of this year, not much, actually nothing, as far as I can tell, is coming in the mailbox. I mean, Canada Post just got forced back to work, so good for them, but at the same time I haven't ordered anything since I hit 100 at the Kraken collection, which if you haven't seen it, check it out here. So yeah, nothing as far as I know is coming in, and December is usually when I shut down the trade page anyways, so having said that, I think it's a good time, because this was going to come around the end of the year anyway. It's a good time to at least go over the personal collections. A yearly thing I like to do just to see how much I've really worked on any one of them, or haven't worked on any of them. And believe me, early spoiler, there's a couple collections that really didn't get a lot put in, but we'll discuss that. So, this is my personal collection review for the year 2024. Let's talk about it. So again, if you want to find me, as far as what my trade page has, there's not much there right now. Find me on Sports Card Forum. Just look for rockstartREV. You can check it out in my blogs, or you can just follow the link in the description, because I'm pretty sure I've put it there. But anyway, when it comes to the personal collections, there's really 5 orders of priority for 6 collections. Kraken is obviously number 1. Duchesne is 1A. Just because I can't put Duchesne on the back burner, not when we've invested as much time as we have into that collection to get it to where it's at right now. Number 2 is the Kraken Young Guns. Number 3 is Nathan MacKinnon. Number 4 is Cale Makar. And number 5 is the Colorado Avalanche. And, well, if it wasn't named Kraken or Duchesne, there really wasn't a lot of involvement in the collections this year. And with that being said, only 1 collection out of the 6 collections that I'm working on as of this moment, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple that I'm not mentioning that I'm really considering doing, but as soon as they go live, I'll let you know. Only 1 collection managed to achieve its year goal, which is a thing I like to do for all the collections. I like to put a goal on them just to at least say, hey, I'm working on them. And, well, only 1 of them did. 1 came very, very, very close. But let's review them, starting with number 1. The Seattle Kraken Memorabilia Collection. Now, obviously, the push to get this collection where it is now was aggressive. And if it weren't for the fact that we lost 6 packages this year in the mail, whether they actually got lost or actually got sent or whatever the case might be, there were 6 packages we didn't get, and one of them, 2, 3, 4 of them would have put the Kraken collection over the goal. The goal for the 2024 calendar year was over 100, so 101 was ultimately what I wanted to land at. I fell short at 100, but it's not a bad thing. Now, we started off 2024 with 60 in this collection, so we bumped 40 cards into this collection, which doesn't sound like much in the grand scheme of things, but when you're working a collection on a budget, any improvement is improvement. And like I said, the goal was over 100, but I'm glad we got to 100. I mean, it does set the tone for the goal of 2025 going forward, but we'll discuss that when we get to the goals. So number 1A, the Matt Duchesne collection. Now, obviously, one of the wife's collections, not mine, but I have helped her a lot on this collection. I haven't helped her with everything, but I've helped her with a lot as far as bumping the numbers and, taking it to the super collection status, which I'm sure was the goal, still is the goal for this collection. I'll have to talk to the wife on that one, but we started the year with 318. We ended the year with 365. Which means we added 47 cards to this collection. So we did better on this collection quantity-wise than we did with the Kraken collection, which is not a bad thing. I mean, again, with the intention being super collection, you want to get as much as you can, when you can, what you can, and again, with Super Collection, you want a bit of everything, so naturally base and inserts are the thing. But without those, it's still a pretty thick collection, let me tell you. I mean, we added a lot of patch autos to this collection this year, on purpose. So here's hoping 2025 can do us a lot better. I mean, obviously the goal for this year was to be at 400 with a video made, which we didn't do. But let's see what 2025 can do for this collection. Number 2, the Kraken Young Guns. So that collection that I was telling you about that I managed to actually achieve a goal this year was this one. We started off 2024 with the goal being one of all the basic Young Guns, which as of this point, this is including Series 1. I don't know what Series 2 is going to hold, but I imagine there's at least a Young Gun in there. But as of this recording, we have a basic Young Gun for all the Young Guns released for the Kraken. And that includes Beniers and that includes Wright, and those were 2 cards that I definitely wanted to add to this collection. And I did, and I'm glad I did. Now, we started 2024 with only one, and that, I believe, if I remember right, was Bowie. But hey, a start's a start, right? We end this year with 12, and that again is one of the basics plus 2 collections, Bowie and Shane Wright, that have more than one Young Gun. I'm sorry, Beniers and Cartier have 2, but Riker Evans and Ryan Winterton only have the 1. So again, the goal was one of all the basics, and we got it, and I'm happy about that. Now, this collection was obviously going to be small from the get-go, so I think we can now realistically set a goal for 2025, but we'll worry about that when we get to the goals. But either way, there was 11 cards put into this collection this year. I'm down with that. Number 3, Nathan MacKinnon. So again, another one of the wife's collections, not mine. And ideally there was hope to add some cards to the collection this year, but spoiler alert, this is the second least worked on collection for 2024. That wasn't on purpose. That was a complete accident because I was spending more time wanting to trade for or acquire Duchesne and Kraken. I mean, for McKinnon, Makar, and the Avalanche collection, and even the Duchesne collection, a lot of it comes from trades. I spend more money on eBay for Duchesne than I would for McKinnon, Makar, or the Avalanche, but that's beside the point. So when I say the second least worked on, we started 2024 with 117 McKinnons. We ended 2024 with 122, so we've only added 5 McKinnons, and if I'm not mistaken, they're all 23, 24, 22, 23, maybe a numbered card from 21, 22, but yeah, no, it was just at least staying caught up as much as I could for this collection. And going to 25, if there's a chance I can add to this collection, absolutely I will, because hey, McKinnon cards, they're always a fun thing for the wife to come into. I mean, she's a huge Avalanche fan, so I imagine any work on this one, Makar or the Avalanche, is welcome in her eyes. Number 4 is Cale Makar. So you remember how I was saying Duchesne was the second least worked on collection for this year? Makar is the least. We started off 2024 with 17. We end 2024 with 20. We added 3 cards to this collection, but one of them was a rookie. It was the Opeachy Glossy rookie, but hey, any Makar rookie is a rookie at this point. I mean, if it's not base or insert, it's not always easy to come into Makar. I mean, we only have 1 jersey card in this collection. There's no numbereds in this collection at all. But hopefully with 2025 we can change that. I mean, I know the 2024 goal could still apply for 2025, but we'll worry about that when we get to goals. Either way, the hope is between McKinnon, Makar, and Avalanche to at least put a little more work into the collection. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Number 5, Colorado Avalanche collection. Again, another one of the wife's collections, not mine, although I am working on this pretty heavily. Now this is done obviously in the same style as the Kraken memorabilia collection. This is the Avalanche memorabilia collection. Doesn't matter what the player is, as long as they're pictured in the jersey, that's all that matters. And well, we did put some work into this, but this is the third least worked on collection of 2024. We started the year with 23, we ended with 29. We added 6 to this collection, and I can probably tell you on one hand what they all are. Double Duchesnes, some Varleys, and if I'm not mistaken, a couple from 21-22. They could be Rantanens, but I'm pretty sure that's it. We only added 6 to this collection. And again, like McKinnon, like Makar, the idea in 25 is to at least add a little more to this. I mean, the idea with the Avalanche collection is not so much quality. I mean, it could be a Sakic, it could be a Forsberg, it could be a Bork, it could be a Wah. I could care less. The idea with the Avalanche collection right now is quantity. I want to bulk up the numbers before I start worrying about how many Sakics, how many Forsbergs do I have in this collection. Obviously, the excuse to add more Varley into this collection has not escaped me, nor has the excuse of adding double Duchesnes, and we have double Duchesnes in this collection. But yeah, the idea right now, like I said, is not quality, it's quantity. The only catch, the only caveat, they have to be in an Avalanche uniform. It can't be them pictured in Boston and to have the Avalanche symbol in the corner. No, it doesn't work like that. Have to be in an Avalanche uniform. But now we've gone over all 5 collections. Let's go over some goals. So starting with the Kraken collection, obviously, because it's number 1. Let's start off with Kraken. Ideally, I'd like to end 2025 at 150. We're starting 25 with 100 in the collection. I'd like to be at 150. I'm not in any rush to get the 200 video made, but if I can manage to surpass 150 and get to 200 and still be working on all the other collections at the same time, that's another goal of mine, is to work more on the other collections more so than I would the Kraken, even though I'd still love to get at 150. If I can manage to get to 200, great, but I'm not in a rush to get to 200 in 2025. The goal is 150. For Matt Duchesne, obviously, when we're starting the year, we're starting 25 with 365. Realistically, as I've said, I'm working on a collection on a budget. Realistically, for the end of 2025, I'd like to be at 450 with an at 400 video made. Now, this could be a lot, but hear me out. I think with Duchesne, it's very possible. I mean, that's only 35 cards away from 400. Pull the right moves, make the right kinds of trades. We're there. I mean, we didn't get past 350 without a big trade. So, can I make 400 work? Absolutely. Can I make 450 work? That'll be the goal. For the Kraken Young Gun collection, realistically, this is the first time I'm giving it a numerical goal. Remember, last goal was just to have 1 basic, which we did. Realistically, for numerical goal, we're starting the year at 12. I'd like to be at 20. I'd like to be caught up to date on basics. Like I said, I'm expecting at least a Young Gun in Series 2, if not extended. I'd like to be caught up on the basics, but I also like to add more into every other Young Gun there is that has more than 1 Young Gun, as in the Canvas, the Exclusive, the Deluxe, whatever the case might be. I'd like to be at 20. If I can make it to 50, great. But realistically, I'd like to be at 20 when it comes to the Kraken Young Guns. For McKinnon, realistically, if I say I'm going to work on this collection more, and I actually do, realistically, we're starting with 122. I'd like to end the year at 150. Can that happen? Absolutely it can. It's only 28 cards away. So there's no excuse why it can't work, even if it's just a matter of bulking up the numbers with base and inserts and parallels. We can do that, no problem. Realistically, I'd like to be at 150 when it comes to McKinnon. It's been long enough. Let's get it at least flirting with 200. For Makar, as I said before, this is another one of those ones that I'd like to put more work into. And I think it can be done if, again, it's the right circumstance of whatever. And since we're putting as much as we can in this Makar collection, doesn't matter if it's rookies, numbered jerseys, although I would love to get a numbered card in this collection at some point. We're starting the year with 20. Realistically, I think we can make 50. I don't know if we can push 100, but small goals, because I don't know how much of this collection I will be working on. I'm going to try to, at least. There's that word. I'm going to give it an honest college shot, but realistically, I think a good goal for the Makar collection is 50. And finally, last but not least, the Avalanche memorabilia collection. We're starting 25 with 29. I don't think there's any excuse why we can't hit 50. And especially if it's a matter of just bulking up the numbers, which is what we're doing. We're bulking up the numbers. If I can get it to 100, I'm definitely going to make a video for it. But again, baby steps. 50, I think, is an easily attainable number to get to for this collection. No reason why it couldn't be. But let's see how we do. We'll revisit this in a year. Those are my quick goals for 25 and my review of 24. So that's another one from Trev's trade page. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. And if you have made it to this point, I'm glad you did. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. You just want to say, hey, you digging what I'm doing? That thumbs up helps out a lot. If you want to, there's that red button, that one that says subscribe all over the place. Come on, you know you want to. I know you want to. My algorithm knows you want to. Hit it up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. If you want, there's a link, a whole bunch of links in the description below. You'll find my trade page. You'll find all my other blogs, especially the ones that pertaining to these collections. Again, you can find me on Sports Card Forum. You don't need to worry about anything. I'm solid there. So moving forward, well, we got a top 10 to do for this channel, and that's the top 10 eBay purchases of 2024. But either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking forward to some Trev. Data.